Okay, so let's drop this off. And then maybe do one more job. And then go from there. So, mail the package?
I think that would be the right thing to do, but you might have... This would be the first time you've really defied...
I think we just don't get paid for this job.
Maybe you'll even owe the money.
I can't do it, Camus. I can't give away Gil's final possessions to settle his debts.
Will we get in trouble?
I don't care.
It would just be nice if you could convince him not to take the drop.
Yeah, it looks like we don't get money for it, but we did unlock a new decoration. Ish? Well, doesn't matter.
I could go for some noodles. Notice the ramen bowls.
Hey, Rania. Are you there?
Yeah? You don't sound good, Control.
Well, I'm fine. If I could just sleep. I used to be able to sleep, you know?
Are you sure you're okay?
What is wrong with him?
I think he said some drinks.
He sounds strange, like he is confused.
Broadcasting nav point. Collect the package, 14FC. Get on with it.
Who from? Where am I going?
Always questions from you. Just do your goddamn job. Control out.
I wonder if he would have been happier.
If we had brought stuff back to him?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like we have any bills, so all of our extra money is kind of whatever we want it for.
I mean, presumably this is still the same night, right?
Yeah. I do kind of wish you actually had... Well, I don't know. I feel like it would be more immersive if we had to save up at the same time. Oh. Quicker ascents.
Those are some big upgrades.
Oh, yeah.
What is this doing?
Speed booster.
Speed booster, okay.
I wanted...
Oh, did it add little lights to the back?
I think so, yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
That was different.
Well, he got sucked into the loading screen, that's for sure.
It, like, there was no collision, but apparently there was collision. Yeah. Yeah, definitely want to get the thing for the faster ascents.
Oh, look. You have little afterburners.
Yep. Yeah, I figured I'd grab these so we could just skip the highways. Skip all the other cars.
It's a good thing everyone else doesn't have the same, I suppose, way of... What would the proper terminology be?
Oh.
The same mode of thinking? Or...
Yeah.
Same line of thinking?
Yeah, there we go.
Where... Because if everyone was cutting across the city, then it'd be a mess.
Where does this lead?
Wait, the war zone? Round whatever? Or no. Oh, you did find another memory chip.
Yep. I'm assuming we need them for somebody. Either that or we sell them at some point. But I figured they're like the punch cards. We just hoard them until we find somebody that wants them.
Mrs. Octavius Butler.
I'm the delivery driver. I'm here to pick up something.
Yes, you're here to take our original corbeille.
Huh?
It's a painting, dear. You'll be taking me and Mr. Butler, too.
I don't think I'm supposed to take passengers.
What is all this nonsense? Mr. Octavius Butler, this was all supposed to be arranged. Didn't you tell the company that we simply can't let this painting out of our sight?
I did, my love, I did. There must be some confusion. I'm sure our young driver friend will consent to take us. It won't be a problem, and we'd hate to raise a complaint. Is that not right, young miss?
I guess so.
Let's be going then. I want to see our new apartment as soon as possible. Apparently, Trisha and the Joneses have moved in next door already. And I don't want her spreading gossip about our new home and how it still smells like smoked fish.
Huh, so they wouldn't even let you back out.
Oh my, this is cozy. I've never been in a vehicle like this. Very retro.
I agree. Very nice indeed. Do you understand us, young lady, or should we speak slower?
I understand fine.
Dear, you must be very curious, are you not? How a woman like me and an android like Mr. Octavius Butler met.
Sure.
Well, I can tell from your accent that you're not from the city, but we're quite enlightened here, you know. Isn't that right, Mr. Octavius Butler?
That's right, my love.
Some might say that Mr. Octavius Butler is human passing, but I don't care about that. I love him for who he is inside, not what his outer skin is made of.
This is awkward.
Mm-hmm. That, like, weird, enlightened racism. I hate it.
Oh,
Whoa.
you are hilarious. What was I saying? Oh, yes, we met at a charity fundraiser.
The heck was that?
You're
We
thrust
both
out a little bit
work
too
for
swiftly.
Life Corp. I'm in HR, and Mr. Octavius Butler is in acquisitions. We had executive offices next door. We started meeting for coffee, and one thing led to another.
Wow.
And now, just a week until our 5th anniversary, we're on our way to our new home. Aren't you happy for us?
Yeah, definitely.
We're suddenly happier than the family that's moving out.
Oh, don't start all that again. This area is up and coming now. The people living there couldn't afford it, and they wouldn't fit in either. With hypergentrification, they're forced out.
Instantly instead of being pushed out, is what she was saying.
Hypergentrification.
Hypergentrification?
Instead of being pushed out over months and years. It's a short, sharp shock, but it's for the best for everyone. People who argue against free markets don't really believe in freedom.
What freedom does this bring to the people who can't plan for a future?
That's just life in Nivalis. If you don't like it, go live somewhere else. Not everyone is suited for life in the city.
Some people need to live here.
Well, maybe in the nice places, but who needs to live in the filth of the Marrow? No one stays there without good reason. And the reason is they all dream of getting rich with some scheme or other to make their way up to the spire. That's the Nivalis dream. Our society has 1,000,000 slots, and each must be filled. Every time someone moves up a peg, someone fills in the gap behind them.
And every time someone at the bottom slips, where do they go? I read in the holocrons yesterday that the most common food in the Marrow is now roach meat kebabs, noodles with rat.
Those kinds of people love street food. No offense, dear.
None taken. I love a maggot pizza. We're almost at our destination.
Splendid.
Well,
You see, Mr. Octavius Butler? Look at this fabulous place. Different and together, but separate. That's how we exist together in this city without all the systems breaking down.
That's what they used to say about androids, you know.
Oh, don't hearken back to your revolutionary days again. You have rights now, just like humans. Androids are just a part of society, low and high. We're all the same, you know.
As long as we all have the same bank balance.
Well, you're welcome to give away all your money to the orphans and the rat children. You can come and stay in my penthouse as long as you take off your shoes and have a shower before you touch me.
Very generous of you, my love.
Have either of you ever actually been to the Marrow?
Oh, heavens no, dear. I have family in the Spire, and Mr. Octavius Butler is from a very distinguished line of androids. He's descended from the very first Cora models.
Ooh.
Wait, what does that mean? Why do you mention Cora?
It's just a saying, isn't it, Mr. Octavius Butler?
In a way,
It means he's refined, dear, just like me. We have no prejudice here. We're very enlightened people in the city, you know.
Yeah, you said that before.
Do you think the family will still be there when we arrive?
I shouldn't think so. 2 hours of rent at peak rate and they'd be bankrupt. I'm sure they're long gone, either moved on or forced out by Corpsec for violating their lease.
I bet they'll be somewhere nice. Not everyone ends up in the Marrow, you know.
Maybe one day they'll seize the means of production down there.
Oh, you are witty. The production of mold burgers and rat salad. No offense, dear.
Yeah, none taken.
Thank
These
you
are
for getting us
insufferable.
to our destination, driver. It's been fun to drive in a vehicle that's much more rustic than our limo. Our painting made it here safely, too. And what a lovely neighborhood.
Quite so.
Okay, they're gone. Holy shit, I hate those people.
The interesting thing is, the android almost seemed to buck against what she was saying.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'd be totally cool hearing, like, a news report later about
Oh, wait, those lights.
flickered, but didn't change colors.
But it's still blue.
Yeah, it started blue. Like, sure, I
No,
like the
that
character
lady was
study,
insufferable.
but like, oh god, I hate those people. Oh, I hate those people. Just, claiming you're enlightened and the whole, like, no offense. Gosh, I hate that. I had a friend whose personality, whose mother was like that. His father was nicer. But
Anyone
you
that says
kinda
no
definitely
offense
tell.
knows that what they're saying.
And so that was the thing.
Is
That was this
supposed
kid's
to-
favorite phrase. He would say the worst shit to you and then say no offense, and they get really mad if you got offended because you're not supposed to get offended when you say no offense. It's like he learned his morality from South Park. And it's just infuriating to behold people like that, let alone interact with them. Eventually, he
Yeah.
started taking martial arts classes and got really upset when my brother and I stopped hanging out with him and stopped taking, you know, his crap, because effectively what he would do is he would just, like, hit people because he could. And
Well, wasn't he the type that to try to psych people?
no, he would just hit you.
I suppose it was one of those things where you were supposed to make a parry or some kind of strike to counter him, and he'd be like, "Haha! Oh, you realized? Yeah, you saw my oh man, that is." I've noticed that there's been more of that occurring. Things just turning off.
Yeah, I really do get the feeling that the city is going to be falling apart over the course of this entire night.
But why now?
Dunno.
Why
Yeah,
so suddenly?
unsure. The wrong person to learn martial arts. Yeah,
They often are. It's unfortunate.
like, I feel bad because from what I heard, he went to high school and got bullied semi-mercilessly for it. And for other things, because, you know, nobody had ever fixed his personality. And then when I talked to him after I graduated college, he actually seemed to be much chiller, and I was just like, Man, if you had been like this when we had been friends, like, I might have liked you more. As it stands, like, I was still kind of the... I'm not gonna say I'm necessarily a bad choice, judge of personality, but I definitely will forgive too much. But, like, I don't know.
I don't know. In the case of that lady,
Yeah.
they're just completely...
So out of touch.
Well, out of touch, unempathetic. I think that... You know how some countries force everyone to be in the military for a certain number of years?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting if everyone had to work a retail job or a service job of some kind
Yeah.
for a while, just to understand. Because I know that recently there are memes going around about terrible women who are like, I'm going to complain to your manager and stuff. And yeah, the fact that people don't treat those in service like other individuals. I mean, I spent some time in retail. For the most part, it was a pleasant experience because I was specifically in a craft store chain. And all the people there shopping tended to be girls and women who were buying crafting supplies for anything from costumes to artwork to various projects. And it was something that we could talk about. You know, a shared interest, if you will. But yeah, I can't imagine other places in food service and in grocery stores and stuff.
Yeah, I will say to everybody that is just bringing up Karens, I said this earlier, but I actually really do not like it when people use just a standard regular person name to generalize a group of people.
I do feel bad for all the people who are named
Chads,
Karen.
Karens, whatevers. Because, like, I got made fun of for my name because I was part of one of those generalized groups, so when people start doing that, it actually makes me really mad. I get it that it's easy and it's
I don't
funny.
really know if there's been a Carl necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jimmy
there
Neutron?
no,
Llamas with hats?
There are plenty of characters named Carl, but Carl in and of itself hasn't taken on a new name.
Not in the same way that Karen is, but it's similar enough that, like, I get kind of mad for other people's behalf. Because, yeah, I've dealt with that, and it's shitty, and I hate it.
I suppose one thing, unfortunately, my last name is often used to call something crazy or wild.
Yeah, but people don't use it
People use
insultingly
it so
that much.
often for, like, porn stuff.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, if I looked up my name, it took me a while. It took me a couple of years, but I finally outranked all the crazy porn stuff that was going on. And it was just like, ugh, for goodness sake. Why? Why? That name did not mean that years ago. But it was because of a particular form of journalism that came up. I mean, I suppose I could say it out loud because I have my full name up on media, I suppose.
Shell is part Muppet.
Hi, so what is your star
Muppet.
sign, please?
I don't know. Why do you ask?
I am instigating a mating ritual. Tell me, did it hurt?
Did what hurt?
When you hurtled to Earth from orbit?
Do you mean when I fell from heaven?
Affirmative. I require an answer, humanoid.
I'm not really interested. Sorry.
I will find the required combination of vocalizations to entice you for romantic relations.
Ew!
I'm
no
no expert on romance, but even I know that's not how it works.
Incorrect. Please listen carefully to the following statement. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I would require the vowel U and the vowel I to be contiguous.
Do you want some advice?
Affirmative.
If you want to talk to someone you like, try asking their name. And introduce yourself, too.
I am Douglas. Name, please.
Nice to meet you, Douglas. I am Rania. Maybe try to ask questions in a less aggressive way.
Rania, please touch my carbon fiber endoframe.
Nope.
Why would I do that, Douglas?
Because it's made of boyfriend material.
Okay,
Ba-dum-tsh.
that is a little funny. But I'm afraid you're not what I'm looking for, Douglas. And I'm not even looking anyway.
Very well. I shall continue to be alone.
Goodbye.
Every time I talk to these people, it's like a 50-50. It's Russian roulette with shitty. It's shit people. Or it's really interesting conversations, but it's usually shitty people.
This is the best. What would you call this if it's going horizontally as opposed to up or down? It's not necessarily an elevator so much as a... I don't know. I don't know what you would refer to that as if it's going laterally. A laddervator? A ladder...
Tram, kind of? Yeah, except for trams are kind of like trains.
But I thought that was impressive because it was bringing you to the other side and you could see the city in all its neon beauty. What are you looking for in particular?
There's 2 more packages in this area.
We only have 4 more punch cards.
Yeah, I've been pretty thorough. I don't actually know if it was worth it, necessarily. But yeah, I honestly, I know it would be horrible, but I love the idea of, like, eventually getting up above the clouds and the spire and whatnot, and it's just not there. That everybody, like, this is a chicken without its head, and it's been that way for who knows how long.
Yeah, the blood is pumping until eventually the organs start to die.
Yeah, or, you know, the organs starting to die.
They have no controls anymore.
Yeah. Grim, but, like, it would just be really interesting to kind of be here for this collapse. I don't know, I guess that's...
Well, there was some... In those old texts, they seem to say that there were other founding AI that vanished. They left of their own accord, and that Korra remained.
Huh. I wonder if people even go to space anymore. Because we've heard of 2 groups dying before they make it to space. The Doctor and
the colonist parents.
Yeah. That I'm suddenly wondering, maybe there's no escape for these people.
But the weird thing is, she still came from a countryside.
Yeah.
Where the farming took place. So it's not like there isn't anything that exists beyond the city. It's not like Dark City.
God, this is why I'm not a taxi driver.
I didn't like them.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't think they would like automata or dogs.
Or anyone poorer than them, less educated, less well-connected, less stuck up. Different in any way.
But one of them was an android.
I know, Camus.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did you really eat maggot pizza?
No, Camus. I was playing along.
Oh, a joke. I laugh at them.
Me too. It's all we can do.
So... It is very quiet. It makes me nervous.
We can listen to the ad streams if you like.
Are they interesting?
Sure, if you want to learn all about everything we can never afford.
What about music?
No thanks. We can check the weather feed if you like.
If you want it, I can put it on.
Fine, but we're not tuning into any of the Corp music feeds. They're all ads and Corp-approved pop stars. They sound so empty, hollow.
How do we find other feeds? I only know about Corp channels.
The radio, Camus.
The what?
An electromagnetic wave of a frequency between about 300 kilohertz and 300 megahertz. You can tune that in, right?
Yes, I have found it. I'm hearing it now. How strange.
It's the easiest way to broadcast without the corpse shutting you down. They've been playing music with radio waves for thousands of years, you know.
How did you know?
Mom told me if I ever visited Nivalis, I should tune into the pirate radio. She said it was the only good thing about the city. Go ahead, play something over the speakers.
What about this?
I like it. Maybe something a bit more relaxed, though.
I know this one. I like the bit that goes ba ba ba.
Yeah, it's nice, Camus, but let's see what else there is.
Oh, what about this?
Do we know who this is?
No, it is radio.
Right, sorry. Dumb question.
Do you like this one more? I like this one.
I like it too, but keep searching.
There is one more.
Yes, this is perfect. Mom would have liked this.
We have a new job coming in.
From Control? He normally calls.
The checksum confirms it's Cloudpunk. I have a nav point.
Let's go then.
I'm just gonna bob my head to the music. I really like electronic music, and what are they called, these? Synth waves?
Yeah. Kind of... It's kind of Outrun, but a little bit less aggressive. So yeah, synthwave is probably... Somebody want to name this genre for us? This is stuff I listen to a lot.
Why isn't this synthwave?
I guess it would be synthwave. It's not really 80s music.
Because it's not
necessarily.
electronica. Electronica is a little bit more rock-like, if you will.
Lo-fi. Maybe? I don't know. I've never been very good at naming genres. I knew a bunch of people that were really aggressive about it in college, and I think that's part of the reason why I didn't get into it. It's always got to me how, like, pushy they were.
Who?
Oh. Will and a couple other people.
Don't mention people by name, but what do you mean about the music?
They were very aggressive about their music genres. Like, if it didn't fit, it wasn't the genre. Despite whatever the band says or a bunch of other things. Vaporwave. Yeah, that's probably...
I've heard of Vaporwave, but... Vaporwave, synthwave...
Oh, it's not Vaporwave.
No.
God damn it. This is why I'm very bad at identifying genres.
I've seen mentions of Vaporwave and how it's definitely affiliated with neon lights in the 80s and such, but I still think this is synthwave. Because... You know, it's made with synths.
Yeah. It's fascinating just sitting there trying to diagnose what variety of wave this is.
Daft Punk. Well, the thing is, Daft Punk's a band. It's those two characters, well, the two guys that are the showrunners, they wear these robot helmets and such. Not to say that they were an inspiration for the Wanderbots by any means, but it's just fun having... If you're affiliated with... In their case, it was a lot of synth music and electronic music. And then I suppose with us, I suppose it's video gaming. Might as well have fun robot personas. Actually, fun thing about Tron, Tron 2 was composed by Daft Punk.
Yep. Which is why they had them in the movie.
Yep.
Huh. Wait, hold up. Oh, wow.
Where are you going?
All the way across the city.
These buildings look less like they're intended for people and more so for offices and such.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that particular section.
Damn it.
Do we have the DVD for Tron Legacy? No, we do not. But I know that there is a like special extra band track that they had put on it.
I don't generally go out of my way to ever get DVDs for anything.
I mean, I have the super special Daft Punk. Which album was it? I have the one where there's a DVD with it, where you get to see some of their music videos and performances. But what we really liked was what? Interstellar 5555?
Yeah.
That was their
anime.
Yeah, it was an anime. It was interesting because, yeah, Daft Punk, they were real fans of Captain Harlock, which was made by the same mangaka and anime producer and such. So when they wanted an anime movie that essentially was just it pretty much just employed one of their albums, just song after song after song.
Yeah.
To push a narrative forward.
And
so,
works really
yeah,
well,
they got the guy that animated Captain Harlock for it.
Uh-oh. Really? Well.
What's wrong? What's wrong? You're stuck?
Mm-hmm.
No, no.
Well,
I mean,
it's a good
can you
stopping
quit?
point, I guess. I was just gonna go check check to see where we'd set the bomb and what happened to that area. But if it's totally busted, then I can't do anything about that. It's fine. I really need to switch games like 2 hours ago.